and that's lazy loading models. These have been merged for CakePHP 2.0. Also, the lazy loading of behaviors, controllers, helpers, and all related classes. Do anyone have any problem with this? Did you follow my instructions? Yeah, okay. So I think like to cover this half hour or maybe less, I could talk to you about something that could be in use for you and could generate value for your applications. Is that you should track every movement of your users. If the user sneezes on his keyboard, you should log it. Yeah, because you will have this information to do later if you want. If you have this good application to do data mining and extract information from your users and usage patterns and try to sell new things to them. Okay, so how do I log everything? The first thing that you should note is that logging in CakePHP occurs almost always into files. So you have a big application, as it is bad idea to use file engine as catch. It is bad idea to use files as login. So we could either log into databases or into any other thing, into def null if you want, but won't be very useful. So we could write a database wrapper for CakeLog. It should be interesting, right? Yeah? Oh, you're so tired, yeah. Let's build one. I don't know much about this class, so I'm going to look for its API. The class that we should implement, it's called, sorry, it's not catch engine, it's log engine. It's not this class CakeLog. It has CakeLog. I'm going to use the book right now. Look for common task with CakePHP. Logging. Look for streams right here. Okay, Cake doesn't have any assumptions of the class you should implement for using it as a log stream. So just creating a plain class like database logger, like this one here, would be sufficient to the CakeLog to use it as a stream. Okay. So the only thing that it asks is creating a folder here in roots in libs called log, if I recall right. Yeah. And we create a new file named database logger. .php. Now, open PHP tags, and I say class database logger. Doesn't extend anything. It could, why not? Extend something, but this time it doesn't. And it has this construct function. And it receives options. We will assume that from these options we will get at least a model name. Okay. So here is protected. Okay, I just assumed that the options array would have a model key, and I'm instantiating the model using class registry init. Documentation say that I have to implement the grade method, and it receives two parameters. One is type, and the other is message. So before thinking how to implement this, let's create a table, named log. I have SQL Pro here, I think. Yeah. CakePHP. Doesn't have any table information here. Show. Well, I don't like very much this. Let's use our beloved schema. I will copy this here. Use var logs. It has an ID. It has a type. Length 100 and a message. Message could be large, so I will use no length than this. And that's all. Created. Okay. So I'm going to create my table in my database using cake schema. Create dash name CakePHP. Okay, it says, do you want to drop these tables? No. Do you want to create them? Yes. It will probably complain that events and users already exist, but that's okay. It will create logs. That's it. We have logs. Okay, now that we have logs, we can create a model or just not. Let's be lazy and not create a model for it. Class registry init will create a phantom model. If you don't provide one, but you provide the name of the table, it will use it. So if I configure this class saying the model that we will use is named log, it will look for the table logs and create a new app model from it. Go to your core file, and let's create some cake log configurations. Documentation says that they have to configure this using config. I will call this say database with this configuration. It's model log. Right? So I'm going to log everything, but in this case, I will just log every time a user logs in. Okay? Or logs out. It's probably simpler right now. Event user controller. Here in the logout function, before it logs out, it will use cake log write cake log write using here. We need to call it no this way, right into logs. How do I? I'm going to write to type is debug here. Custom path, engine path. Okay, I'm going to write in the log a type named, well, for this time it would be database. And we write the user logged out. As we will use printf to achieve this of username. Okay. Let's see. 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, config. It says any class can be configured as login adapter as long as it implements the correct method with the following signature. An explanation of other parameters, right? Okay. All right. Actually, I'm going to use here in core, instead of database, I'm going to use default. All our default login will go to the database, right? And here in users controller, I use logout. Log. So we need to implement in database logger the function write. It receives type and a message. So I will just call the model, save with this data. It is just compact of type and message. I think that's all. Yeah. So let's see if it works. Logging out from our system and taking a look at our. I'm going to do a die here to make sure it gets loaded. One thing that I think I missed here in core is that I did not tell what engine it will use. I'm going to get back to see. Oh, it's here, sorry. I need to tell what engine it will use. So in here, just put this down and write. Its name is database logger. So back to my thing. Where's my application? It's not that, it's called CakePHP. CakePHP event. I will log out from the function, could not they load? Cake log. Why not? Class database logger is here and it's named database logger. It should be get loaded. Why not? Sorry?
Did you do an app import?
Yeah, I think so. No, it's not that. I think I misspelled something. False. Yeah, I misspelled something here. It's database logger, class database logger. What's the difference? I'm going to change this here, log. And here too. Database log. Okay, log, ds, database log. Yeah, but it's still returning false, this function. Can someone spot the error? App import lib, log, database log. Okay, let's call it more, change it, dlog, or just data. Data. In core, will import data. Oh, my biggest problem is I think that it should be done into Bootstrap. Yeah. And here data. Okay, that's good. We need to import here class registry. It's done by app import core class registry. Okay, so let's log out and it gets called. That's good. Let's go again here. And we go here, users, lookout. It should be logged here. opt local bin MySQL -u root -b. Why not? MySQL 5. Root. Use CakePHP. Select all from logs. And that's it. I've created a database logger that could be used everywhere to log wherever you like users log in, users log out. If a user makes a mistake when he submits a form, if your database went something wrong and throw a notice, whatever you like.
Are you limited to the two fields, type and method?
Of course not. Of course not. Well,
within the cake log write function.
You can pass whatever you like. You can pass a type that it should be string,
Right.
and message. Message can be an array.
Okay.
Or an object if you like.
Sure.
Well, I'm officially tired and retired. Well, that's all for today. I hope to see you tomorrow. Yay. Yay. Of course, yeah. I changed the name of this class because data is not very good. Here in Bootstrap, database log. Let's see if it works. Oh, nice. Yeah, I need to change file name. Database log? Kidding me? Okay. I'm going to push this to the repo. And I will remove these lines because they were just to make a point here in event because they are horrible. This transaction stuff here. Okay, we're done for today. Thank you for coming. Thanks a lot. You were a very, very nice group. Very, how do you say that? Attent? When you pay attention? Attentive. Okay, you were very attentive. So I hope you have learned a lot today, and you can use all this stuff in your own apps. So, thank you for coming.